to him. Second round, step to him. That's right, use those legs. Second round.
Confirmed.
So it all started with that front headlock where Jesse basically had to bail out or he was going to go flying there. And then Jones was able to get to his lock quickly on that gut wrench. We're going to have a challenge here from Jesse's corner. And they're going to say that's not 4, he didn't expose, and maybe try to get just a 2 correct throw, a little bit of damage control. Certainly he was scored on. It's just the degree of which of points.
You know, when I saw it in real time, I kind of felt the same way.
Yep.
I was not sure he exposed. Obviously, there was you would call this a correct throw.
Right.
But here, we'll take another look at it, and I don't think
he doesn't
Jesse
land in
broke
danger.
90.
Big lift. See him locked right around the waist. Got him lifted. And of course, you can't grab the legs in Greco if you don't know. So when you're in the air like that, you're a lot more defensive. So they're going to change this. So Zach Garrett says this is going to be actually 2. So good challenge from Thielke's corner.
That'll bring it back down to 4-0. 2 on the go behind, 2 on the correct throw.
You know, we've got the best officials on the mat right now in America and the world in a lot of cases. And, you know, that just shows how difficult it is to officiate. You know, you got mat official says 5, judge and chair say 4, and these guys say 2. It's not easy.
So minute 15 to go in the first, and Jones up by 4 and seemingly in a comfortable position. Hasn't really looked threatened yet.
Jesse, a Greco guy that likes the upper body moves. He likes to get to body locks, over-unders. He has kind of a high dive duck series he can hit. But against Sammy Jones, he has a hard time sort of penetrating through and getting to his positions that made him such a dynamic Greco-Roman wrestler in the day. There's an arm throw attempt, but able to square up completely after the attempt is Sammy Jones.
Yeah, he kind of went for it and then retracted when he realized it wasn't going to work.
Chest to chest. Thielke dropping that shoulder low. Now they clear out of it.
Now Thielke positionally kind of taking some ground here in the center.
You know, Jones, to Jones' credit, being up 4-0 is a really substantial lead. So he maybe just wants to be a little more risk averse at this point, at least get to the second period with a 4-0 lead. And that's what's going to happen here. So it's going to be 4-0 Sammy Jones after 1. It was the front headlock attempt and ultimately the go behind to the throw got him 2-2. And he finds himself in the driver's seat in match number 1 here, this best 2 out of 3.
Absolutely.
Spencer Mango in the corner for Jesse. Former Olympian in his own right.
Two-time Olympian.
I think you're right, yeah.
I think he made like 9 or 10 World and Olympic teams in a row.
Yeah.
Pride of St. Louis.
Who remembers when the Mango Brothers highlight dropped? That thing was.
I did.
That was like the coolest thing.
Throwing everybody.
Someone find that. It's on YouTube somewhere, and we're underway. 63 kilograms, period number 2 here, and it's a drag, and Thielke's going to come away with 2. Great pressure there for the drag. And now he's got working on a gut wrench and got it.
Oh, we're tied. Just like that.
And it's going to be criteria for Thielke.
There we go. Head showing 4-3.
So
4-4.
Thielke is leading right now 4-4 in Greco and men's freestyle. There's criteria. There are no ties ever. So he is leading because he has the last score. They both have 2-2s. So there's no difference there. There's no caution. So then it goes to the final criteria, which is last score, which belongs to Jesse.
And this is one of the reasons I like freestyle and Greco is that things can change quickly, right? We just said, man, Sam Jones worked really hard, got 2 takedowns. That's a really comfortable lead. That's a substantial lead, and boom, takedown gut. And just like that, Thielke finds himself leading with 2:35 to go. So plenty of time yet left on the clock.
Yeah, and is Jones going to try to get back to the head? It could be just a credit to Thielke's adjustments and that Sam's not able to get to it, but I haven't seen him attack the head, and there we go. He's getting to it now.
As soon as you said that, maybe he took his foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah. Not advisable against Jesse, someone with the level of experience. He had the chin for a moment there. His head was turned.
God, that's got to be tight.
It's tight. So now Sammy knows he's trailing and knows he's going to need to find his way to a point here. And you see the official indicating towards. They don't like the interlocking fingers. That's considered negative wrestling. If you do that too many times, you can get hit for a caution and get penalized some points. So you got to make sure you don't do that repeatedly. And there you see Jones fishing for that head again, Bader.
Yeah, he wants it. That's going to be his ticket to score, I believe.
And like you pointed out, Bader, it's Thielke is doing a good job controlling center, but it's definitely Jones working to create scoring opportunities. So I'm curious if the officials are gonna fight to hit either of these guys for passivity. And now Jones taking a little ground.
Yeah, we haven't seen any guy really even close to a step out. As soon as they come out of the middle, somebody's trying to get back in there.
Thielke fished for that drag, same side again, but this time Jones was ready for it.
We're down to our final minute. 4 points early here in the second period. Put Jesse Thielke in the lead. And Sam Jones trying to chip away here and find himself another point or two. Just needs to score.
Now coming up on 40 seconds, so it's really go time here for Jones. He's got to find his way to any point. And he's taking ground, but he's not going to get an opportunity on top. He's going to have to score. Now you see him picking up his aggression. Takes almost like a high dive there. And the double collar, a little Muay Thai. Can't do that.
Moving forward here, Thielke circles himself back to the center. Final 15 seconds. Jones trying to drive him across the mat. Thielke's smart in his positioning on the mat, and he's going to hang on. It looks like Jesse Thielke will take match number 1. Final score 4-4. Wins on criteria here at 63 kilograms, and he's 1 win away from
Man,
the world team.
For Jones, you beat this guy 9-0 last time. You're up 4-0. Who here is sitting here thinking Jesse's going to do that? And just really one maneuver, and Sammy was not able to get himself back into the positions where he scored previously. And so credit to Jesse Thielke. I think this is obviously a match you could see going the other way in round 2.
Looking at the lineup beforehand, kind of picking up how many could go 3. This is one you would have thought could potentially go 3. And a 4-4.
I'll be honest, not me.
Indicates that.
I thought this would be Sammy in 2 for sure. Now, who knows?
76 kilos. In the ring, representing the Tyler Creek Wrestling Club, Tyler Guilford.
There you see Diamond Guilford coming to the mat here, 76 kilograms. This will be the first Final X without Adeline Gray.
The first.
Sort of a strange thing, a mainstay and a legend women's wrestling.
Cardinal and Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, Yelena Makoyed.
Makoyed. Announced that Adeline wasn't going to be wrestling. She's actually pregnant with twins right now, so we wish her well. And Yelena had an interesting end. She said she was actually disappointed. Really was looking forward to the opportunity to wrestle Adeline, who's been the gold standard here at this weight class. Now we are underway. 76 kilograms in the blue, Yelena Makoyed, taking on in the red, Diamond Guilford.
Guilford right away runs to a high single, has it up in the air, jacks it up, trips. Makoyed fights with the Wizard, still nothing. Now takedown, Diamond Guilford, and they're out of bounds. 2-0, 20 seconds in.
Fast starts for Guilford, nothing new. She's jumped out to 8-0 leads 2 times against Yelena, but it's Yelena that has been able to come back and win those matches. However, these two are 2-2 against each other. Now, a little shot to the body lock. That was beautiful from Diamond Guilford. She's up 4-0 in a hurry.
Yeah, great transition there. Like you said, from the shot to the body lock, able to bring Makoyed down to the ground. Now, trying to cinch up a leg. She's got it. She's in position. Makoyed fought it. She's trying to readjust this Diamond. And no, I thought for a second she was going to get it. No, I don't. Double dead. Back up to the feet, 2-11. And a red hot start. You nailed it, Christian. Red hot start here from Diamond Guilford.
Is a two-time.
She's a fast starter, and the finishing high like that is going to be an advantage for her. Oh, great job. Just
Rear
kind of threw that
standing.
high.
Drags it down to the mat one more time, and then 1 minute in, she's got 3 takedowns. Diamond Guilford trying to get things started and get things finished. And if Makoyed fires off an attack.
Yeah, Makoyed just trying to stop the bleeding here.
Two-time National Collegiate Women's Championships champion.
These high-level attacks are really working for
Oh,
Guilford.
cut back. Oh, beautiful. No points. But she is going to end up on top. 2 points for Makoyed, and kind of like the ones you described before, 6-0. And looks like Makoyed's in a heap of trouble, and she finds herself a takedown and a defensive takedown, a counterattack.
Yeah, and you see the strategy from Guilford. She's not trying to shoot underneath of Makoyed. That's where she gave up a lot of go-behinds in their previous matches, so she's staying high level. But turns out Makoyed had an answer for that as well. Now you see Makoyed cutting off the mat really well as Guilford trying to circle back in. Good pressure. I was wondering if they might go straight arm push, but I think she just pressured her straight out of bounds, so that's a 1. So now just like that, 6-3. Good response from Makoyed.
Yeah, she's chipping away at this lead.
Nice.
Diamond fakes to the head, comes to the leg.
Now on the knees, this is not where Guilford wants to be. She wants to get up to her feet here. Good shin whizzer here from Makoyed, but Guilford's still in a solid position above the knee, but it gets stalemated. And they're back up. And if as you mentioned, the ones that could go 3, this was one I definitely had circled as potentially could go 3 matches. Would not surprise me at all. The swings in these series have been pretty tremendous. There's an underhook on the right side as Makoyed snaps it off and clears out of it with 40 seconds to go. Really fast start here. 9 points on the board already.
Yeah, no passivity calls in this one so far. A lot of action. These ladies are working. And we're inside our final 30 seconds.
Fighting for wrist. There's a shot from space. Kind of a low double, but loses it. Does Makoyed. Decent sprawl there from Guilford. Now kind of over under from their knees. Makoyed tried to pressure in there with that underhook, but Guilford has good position there.
So really, I mean, there's like 2 halves to this first period,
Yeah.
right? Guilford coming out, attacking, looking phenomenal, and scoring 3 takedowns. Seemingly, hey, this girl might close it. It might be a first period tech fall, but
Yeah.
as you mentioned at the very beginning of the match, Yelena comes back and musters up 3 points, and puts herself right back in this thing at the break.
And I can't figure out if Guilford is just that fast of a starter or Makoyed is that slow of a starter, and it just takes her that long to kind of get her bearings. But because it looked like Guilford was sort of drilling, just getting the legs at ease, quick finishes, and not even opportunity to defend from Makoyed. But then it's like just something, a flip switches, and then
yeah,
it's more regular looking.
That little cutback, that broomstick cradle.
Yep.
Guilford at the University of the Cumberlands in the NAIA. Makoyed at North Central College, an NCAA Division III school.
Will change things.
2 of 100.
We start here, action in the second period.
Wrestling programs now all started since 1999.
I think from the tie here, it's going to favor Makoyed. The speed from space for Guilford. How she'd be able to, yeah, right there. Now on her knees, but look at her coming up to her feet. That's a great job by Guilford. Knows she doesn't want to try to finish on her knees on this single leg. Now standing and look for that back trip.
And Yelena fights it, and a takedown. Diamond Guilford, make it 8-3 now.
Tough finish there for Guilford. Wasn't able to get that foot right in that armpit. Still able to get the back trip and finish. Now 8-3 lead with 2:17 to go. And we're back up. Guilford circling to the left and trying to cut her off, and really Guilford kind of ceded a lot of the ground there. Now she finds herself in the zone, a high single bad position there for Makoyed. 2 minutes to go, still a lot of time. Simultaneous shot.
Yeah, looked like Makoyed caught it with the underhook, tries to go far side knee tap. Oh, nice level change, but she's extended on the shot, shallow on the leg. Diamond fighting here, giving her some good hips.
Tough position. Can she build up a little here?
Yeah,
looks like she split her hands. Oh, wow.
Great angle, but nice little limp arm. She fights out of it. And nothing in that exchange. Good little action going on. Halfway through the second period, 5-point lead for Diamond Guilford. Looking to, either one of these ladies, looking to make their first senior level world team. Makoyed drives. It's going to be one. Yeah.
Oh, so close to 2.
Diamond's head hits out of bounds.
No, that's going to be 2.
It's going to be confirmed as 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 confirmed.
1
so
offered, 2
now.
confirmed. 3-point lead for Diamond Guilford. Minute 12 to go. Plenty of time for something interesting to happen.
1 offered, 2 from each.
And Diamond continues to attack. I think that's good. I was just going to say she needs to not go into defensive mode. She is stuck down on the mat.
It's going to be interesting because this is how the matches have concluded previously with Guilford on the attack and Makoyed able to run behind on some of these, but not going to get it. Guilford really hung tough there. Now 50 seconds with the 1, and Guilford has all 2s, I believe. So Makoyed's going to need to get to 9 points. Yeah.
Four-pointer would get her there.
Oh, nice job attacking the body. And Guilford going to add 2 and a lot more breathing room now. 5-point lead, 10-5. She leads with 30 seconds to go.
And really, you said it right, back to the body. That's what she was having success with in the first period. And as soon as she got back to the body here, give herself some breathing room. She scores another takedown, extends that lead back to 5 with just 20 seconds remaining.
So now just 5 seconds to go. She can concede a lot of ground, can Guilford. That's what's going to happen. They're going to hit her pretty quick, though. Yep. They see that level of evasion, they're stopping it immediately and going to hit them for attention.
Diamond slow back to the center, but she's done the work. She leads by 5. A shot here late from Makoyed. Don't think she's going to convert, and it looks like Diamond Guilford is going to hang on and take match number 1. Looked like maybe one last throw attempt, but time does indeed run out. Diamond Guilford, your winner. Final score 10-5 over Yelena Makoyed.
Fun match. Makoyed made it interesting, but Guilford's scoring potential too much in match number 1. She's a match away from making her first senior world team. This is that first attack she was able to beat that whizzer. There's that cutback from Makoyed. Final X is sponsored by Dolomer, the official mat of Flow Sports. All Flow Wrestling events, including tonight's, will be fought on Dolomer mats, the undisputed leader in sports surfaces.
We go to Greco-Roman 130 kilos in the red, representing the Sun-Kissed Kids, Colton Schultz.
All right, there you see NCAA Finals former World Team member, returning World Team member, I should say, Colton Schultz, Arizona State wrestler, now trying to make another senior level World Team, just 21 years old.
And his opponent in the blue singlet, representing the New York Athletic Club, Tanner Farmer.
There you see his opponent, Tanner Farmer. These two hit last year at the 2021 World Team Trials Finals. It was Schultz, as I mentioned, the winner there. They had a competitive, I think it was the second match, where Colton got a gut, and then it was Farmer able to get a reversal and a gut of his own and nearly pin Schultz, but Schultz was able to find his way and navigate the comeback there and make the World Team. This will be a Greco-Roman match.
No leg grabbing.
No.
No.
You can, but they really don't like it.
They usually give the other guy a point. You usually give the other person a point. Of course, Colton has had lots of success over the years at age group levels, has a world title.
Cadet world champ. Yeah, he is a beast.
Had that wild NCAA semifinal.
Oh my gosh.
With Jordan Wood. And as you said, underway, 130 kilos. Colton Schultz in the center of the mat in the red singlet, taking on Tanner Farmer in the blue.
And cool story out of Arizona State, you know, a lot of these, the college programs, they really want you focused during the season on the college team and folk style wrestling. And Arizona State, very supportive of Colton and his aspirations, Greco-Roman. They actually let him travel overseas in the middle of the season and get some valuable experience. And, you know, likely going to pay off for him, something that really helps these guys getting those overseas feels. And, you know, he was able to come back and have a fantastic season. His only loss was to Cable Stevenson, who, you know, no one in the world can beat right now.
Pretty good. And Zeke Jones even said, he said, hey, we're a freestyle Greco program that has a college team, not the other way around.
Yeah, and you're going to see that. I mean, Sun-Kissed Kids has a lot of athletes competing in Final X. They have 4 on the women's freestyle side, and they have Zahid Valencia as well. And you're seeing them kind of deadlock in the middle of the mat. Tanner Farmer, guy who was a football player for the University of Nebraska, undrafted free agent, tried his luck in the NFL, wasn't able to make a team. Then he's trying his luck at the Greco. Now it's a front headlock here for Schultz, and he's good from that position and got to bail out if you're Farmer there. Now working gut left side, he goes right to left.
One good attempt, and he's like, okay,
all right,
let's go back up. But he does earn the takedown, puts the first points on the board for Colton Schultz.
Colton's interesting on top because sometimes he'll go traditional, just look for a gut wrench, but he'll come out front, a la Robbie Smith. I have second Robbie Smith reference of the day, and try to get that kind of head pinch position and take him over, and he is effective there. And you know, we saw him; he uses that in folk styles. Well, that's how he was able to take Jordan Wood through on that crazy exchange that won him the match.
Yeah, that was nuts. He hung on to the neck after he got lifted in the air and put back down.
So solid start for Colton Schultz, getting on the board, threatened really well from that front headlock that caused the bailout from Farmer. Good position there for Schultz. He was kind of dug in underneath there, driving, but good job changing the positioning a little by Tanner Farmer. You see him kind of holding onto the wrists. I'm not sure how long they're going to let him hang in the wrist without working. Now he clears out of it. Good job by Schultz clearing. As we're coming up on 4 seconds to go. 2-0 lead for Schultz as we head to the break.
That's a lot of size out on that mat.
Yeah, 130 kilos.
Yeah, this stage is like shaking as they move around.
Yeah.
Brian Medlin's got the extra big towel over in the corner.
Yeah, it's a big
towel
one.
off somebody that big. Well, that's the surface area. A lot of it.
I think Eric Thompson probably has to have 2 towels, one for Colton, one for his neck. He's
got a large neck.
Large neck. All right, back at it. Second period now underway. Colton Schultz, Tanner Farmer.
These guys both just driving forward.
2 bulls.
So much force. Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying, like battering rams.
There you see him kind of like pressure pull that head down. This is a good position for Schultz. See if he can capitalize on it. Farmer able to get his head back up. Left side underhook for Colton Schultz. Over under position there. He's driving in.
Colton trying to cut him off. Farmer able to make his way back in towards the center of the mat here. Digs in underhook, they clear.
Farmer continuing to drive forward, trying to bring him towards the edge. Unable to do so at this point. And they're indicating towards Tanner. So passive and 1 for Colton. And now Farmer's gonna have to go underneath. We'll see the parterre offense and defense from both these guys. We'll see if Colton comes for a gut or looks to get the head.
He's coming up on top of the head right now.
And lifting for his lock there. And you get more time in Greco on top. It's not like freestyle where you get like 7 to 10 seconds. They really let you work for it. And there's that gut, beautiful.
Tight gut wrench, great score for Colton Schultz. He's flat on his belly.
Weird position here.
Yeah, and we're gonna see 1-point reversal.
Yeah, he's reversed him before. Off the gut.
And
so now he's gonna get his chance on top. Let's see if he can get his lock. A high gut here. See him burying that head right behind. Ooh, not as much time to work there for Tanner as they put him back up. 5-1 lead now for Colton Schultz after getting his chance on top and then gets a gut wrench.
And 1 minute remains.
And chest to chest they go with 48 seconds left.
And these guys bang shoulders, they bang heads, they bang their bodies off of each other. It's
Colton looks like he might headbang. It'll probably look pretty sweet.
Kind of like a headbanger.
27 seconds to go. Farmer's got to try to create some sort of action here. Pressure release, try to find an opportunity to throw. A feet to back would win it for Farmer as he glances at the clock, which now reads 10 seconds.
That would be something if he hit a feet to back in the last 10.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Schultz gonna catch him and then shove him off to take match number 1. Colton Schultz now a match away from making his second senior world team. Hey, Bader, what's next, dude?
So take a look. We got a men's freestyle match. First point coming up next, but we check out some of the highlights here. There was that gut where he kind of got caught on his belly in the reversal for Tanner Farmer. His lone point of the match. So those guys are gonna go rest up, probably put their feet up and get ready for round 2 later this afternoon, but we're getting ready for round 1, 70 kilos. All right.
We go to 70 kilos in men's freestyle. In the red, representing the Nittany Lion and Titan Mercury Wrestling Clubs, Zane Retherford.
Zane Retherford, 3-time NCAA champion for Penn State, 2-time Hodge Trophy winner.
And his opponent in the blue singlet, representing the Sunkist Kids, Cowboy Jordan Oliver!
Matt, the former Oklahoma State Cowboy, 2-time national champ here for the Pokes. And the biggest applause we've seen
Oh, yeah.
so far.
He's got a lot of wins under his belt here, and we are underway. 70 kilograms in the blue, Jordan Oliver. In the red, Zane Retherford.
These two have met many times, going back to 2015, I learned yesterday, and we see Zane with an attack. Jordan tries to counter, and Zane said, you know, when I wrestle and it's my pace and pressure the whole time, it usually favors me. When the matches are a little bit more tactical, tends to favor Jordan.
And that's exactly what happened in their last match. Very tactical 2-2 win for Jordan Oliver. And there's a single leg, beautiful shot, but the Shin Wizard Jordan Oliver stopped him for the time being as Zane tries to get back to his lock. Jordan is taking it away.
Nice job, he circles himself.
They're grounded.
Grounded it as they're out of bounds, but we got some action early, Christian, here.
Great opening exchange. There's a really quality shot from Zane, who is close to backside on that single leg, but Shin Wizard split the grip of Zane Retherford and was able to defend it. Nearly got a step out, but Zane wisely kept himself grounded there on the edge, so no points. You got to be on your feet to get that step out. Simultaneous level change there. And in their last match, it was a very late step out that won it for Jordan Oliver, and that's the tactical type of matches Zane does not want to engage in. He wants to make it about 6 minutes, hard wrestling, stay in Jordan's face and see if his pace can wither Jordan Oliver.
Jordan been one of the top guys at whatever weight he's been in for a better part of a decade, or just about a decade actually.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he wrestled in the 2012, Olympic trials. Now it's 2022 here. One thing for Zane, he's got to be really careful on his leg attacks so he doesn't fall into the re-attack game of Jordan Oliver. He already threatened one re-attack, did Jordan, but Zane able to navigate. There's that level change from Jordan. Jordan's left-sided single leg is his best attack, and it is filthy dirty, but he's also got a powerful double. He's hit on Zane in the past. Zane, really good drag go behind re-attacks. He's got a great chest wrap, and of course he can get to legs pretty consistently.
There's some heavy hands from Zane trying to keep that going. Jordan peppered in some fakes.
Yeah, Zane, one of the more dominant college wrestlers. There's a shot from space from Jordan Oliver. We're going to see Zane hit for passivity there. Nobody on the clock as Zane leads 1-0 off a shot clock point. There's a single leg attempt there from Jordan Oliver.
Yeah, he takes that shot, just Zane not there. One step ahead in that scenario.
20 seconds to go. Tied up in the middle of the mat there. Squared off. Zane's holding really strong position there. He's pulling on the head of Jordan Oliver.
He's got that hand on the chin, the opposite hand. Cupping around the chin.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan.
And that's it for the first, so definitely a calculated start to the match here. 1-0 lead for Zane Retherford so far.
And you see there, Reese Humphrey and Olympic champion Kendall Cross in the corner with Jordan Oliver. And you've got Cody Sanderson and Olympic champion Jake Varner over in the corner with Retherford.
The third longest win streak in NCAA wrestling history, tied with one gaining match.
Here we go. 3 minutes to go. 1 point lead for Zane Retherford. No real offensive points scored yet.
Jordan hasn't got to a lock yet. He's going to have to give himself more opportunities. Zane's, I don't know if he's disrupting a little bit of Jordan's timing, but Jordan's not been able to get a good read on Zane's legs. Apart from that early re-attack, hasn't been close to the leg, and Jordan Oliver's wrestling his best when he's getting to legs consistently. He stings him with a hard right club, does J.O. as they indicate towards Zane. And now Zane going to go on the shot clock here.
Here we go. Things could get interesting.
And now the new shot clock rule, Jordan can score here and still earn his shot clock points. So you're not de-incentivized from scoring here if you're the clock stopped here. They got to sort out the shot clock here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Zane attacking.
Oh, not at all. I mean, there's never, this is the best time to get a score because you get, you know, you're not going to go on the shot clock 2 times in really rapid succession. So if you can get a point here,
you change the game.
Be huge. You get an additional, you know, you add to your lead and you also avoid that shot clock. But with just 8 seconds to go, it looks like Jordan's going to play this one pretty close to the vest, not work to get that extra point and just take his shot clock. So 1-1 lead for Jordan Oliver on last score, but now he's really ceding a lot of ground as J.O. He finds himself in the zone, but he's been able to matador Zane from the edge in the pass. He gets Zane, you know, kind of driving in a little bit on the edge, and he can poof, change directions on you real quick and get a re-attack, takedown, pass by. A variety of scores for J.O. as we're coming up on 1:40 to go here.
I feel like something's about to happen, Christian. Maybe I'm wrong. Not much has happened yet. There we go from space. And Zane's looking for a chest wrap here. Good defense from Zane Retherford. Wow. Jordan still driving. Zane trying to change it. Zane staying on that chest wrap. Jordan continues to drive. Zane threatens again from chest. J.O. comes out the back door. And it's going to be 1-2 they call. This is going to be confirmed. Confirmed at 2, and Jordan Oliver, the 2-point lead, now 3-1, minute 12 to go. Look for Zane Retherford to pick up his pace and his offense.
Just a great exchange from both. I mean, J.O. got so deep, and Zane showed great defense, getting to a kind of a chest wrap position where he's really strong. Jordan has felt that position before, navigated it, was able to get under, lift, and get the 2 out of bounds. Now 50 seconds to go. A takedown for Zane will put him in the lead. 2 1s won't do it.
Zane takes a shot from space, now gets his hands locked, head pops to the outside. Jordan defends, drapes over the back, catches an ankle, does Jordan. And Zane Retherford comes back with the takedown, 30 seconds to go. You nailed it, Christian, he's got the lead. They'll be close to 20 on the restart. 22. Jordan Oliver, 22 seconds to get a point.
J.O.'s got to go. Needs a point. Any point will do it. 18 seconds. Body lock here.
Body lock. He's got him drug under. Oh. 13.
Looks at the clock. He's trying to get him out of bounds.
And that's Zane. Blue. Excuse me, red.
Great move.
Red, 2 red. What's going to be confirmed? 4. Might as well throw the brick.
Yeah, if you get it down to 2, that's a big deal. Because then a takedown gives you the lead. So this is definitely worthwhile.
Yeah.
And man, great upper body from Zane Retherford in this position. It was Jordan who got to the lock.
And Jordan, I see what he was trying to do. He's trying to lift him and take him towards the edge. Zane able to counter once they got there.
He steps in and almost got Zane to step out, but he did not. The whole foot has to go out. It's not like, you know, NFL out of bounds rules. The whole foot's got to go out. So I think, you know, I think this was feet to back.
Yeah, you know, I think they got it right too.
I think they got it right. I understand the challenge also. But man, if you're Jordan Oliver, you're up 3-1 with 30 to go. And he was sort of, you know, ceding some of that ground.
So we're gonna get a closer look at the foot.
Watch Zane's left foot, and you see, that's, yeah, it's a little bit out, but that's nothing.
You did say, Chris, it's got to go all the way out. It didn't, so 7 seconds to go. Zane's going to take match 1. And Jordan's going to give one last effort, maybe not.
Yeah.
Not much you can do.
And match number 1 for Zane Retherford. What a job by him. Gets the takedown late, and he defends the upper body exchange from Jordan Oliver, who's now going to have to win 2 in a row to take this one. Great job by Zane Retherford.
Yeah, Zane definitely put himself in the driver's seat to be our rep at 70 kilos.
There you see Zane walking off with Cody Sanderson, Jake Varner. Knows he's a match away, and what an advantage that is. Some really fun exchanges here, and this one, as predicted by Bader, he felt something was about to happen, and it was a great lift. But you could see Jordan kind of coming out of his stance a little bit there. Sort of, not only was he seating the ground, but he was kind of upright, and it allowed Zane to get in. If Zane gets to a lock, he's finishing a lot of the time. He's a really, really strong finisher. And then, honestly, just, I don't know if he got a little horse there in the upper body, but Zane knew what he was doing there as we head on to our next match.
72 kilos in the red, representing the Minnesota Storm,